Hey guys, RC Peck here, and we are going to talk about an asset class that does not get talked about a lot. From memory, there is either 4 or 5 asset classes depending on how you break up bonds and currencies. Stick around, I'm going to tell you exactly what asset class is catching a bid, catching a bid, and what's the best way to play it. Stick around. Hey guys, RC Peck here with Fearless Wealth, and I want to talk to you about commodities. There it is. We're going to talk about commodities. They are not up the most since the COVID bottom. That's stocks. They had a really slow start, and now they're starting to accelerate and break out. So it's a good time to talk about commodities and why they're going higher, what's going higher. We'll jump into China a little bit. Maybe we'll even talk about Australia. It's a big commodity producing country, but let's talk commodities. So let me do this. I'm going to jump over to, jump over right here. And we'll just start with commodities. So if you can see the screen there, yeah, you got that? That is DBC. It's a tracking symbol. And that is a breakout. That's a new, not lifetime high, because commodities have been just a crappy place to be for so long, but that's about a 6.5-year high. What's most important is when commodities broke out, they broke out and they just kind of consolidated above that zone there. And that's what happened. They consolidated and now they are moving higher out of that. So the thing we're looking at most is that commodities are breaking higher. So you want to own the asset that's breaking out. Now, here's the thing. Commodities have underperformed stocks since the COVID bottom, but they're accelerating. I mean, you can see the COVID bottom here. It's interesting because commodities actually bottomed after COVID. COVID had stocks bottom on the 23rd. Commodities actually went down a little bit more from March 23rd, which is kind of impressive. But here they are breaking out. This chart formation right there, it's called a megaphone, not seen too often. So what we know is commodities like what Jerome Powell is doing. He is liking that money is being printed. I mean, purchased treasuries, purchased mortgage-backed securities. Right now, the federal funds rate is basically 0. They give it a range now, 0 to 0.25%, but it's 0. Maybe next year it will increase to 0.25%, a 0.25%, which they'll probably call it 1/4 to 1/2. That's their new languaging to give them some room. But that's really what we're looking at. Basically, the Fed wants inflation to go much higher. They want it on average to be 2%, whatever that means. And we're not going to get into how they measure inflation because that is ridiculous. What we know is commodities are going higher, and they have not done that for a long time. So that's a pretty big deal. So that's really the first big takeaway. Commodities are going higher. DBC is a tracking symbol that you can pick commodities up for. As far as ways to play commodities and even more leverage, this is kind of like my second point I want to make in this video is what's the best way? A, you could just go by DBC, or P, DBC if you don't want a K-1. But other ways you could play it is energy. Let's just look quickly at some other things. Here's energy right here that looks ugly. Basically, it's having to really work through all of that what's called upside supply. And it is doing that, and it's moving. And, it is actually, it's been pretty messy for the year, but it's kind of regaining some of its strength, up about 40%. So energy's starting to move again. Uranium is on fire. It has done a really beautiful move. It broke out. It sat right back down on its old high, and it's moving higher. So uranium. Now, we're using companies, right, to buy commodities. So you're not buying the commodity directly. Here, you're literally buying energy companies, which is about half the commodity complex, meaning energy. Here's uranium here. So really what I'm saying is if you want to get a huge boost, you find the companies. Here's Peabody that had a gorgeous breakout here and has broken out, had a really beautiful correction here, about 35% that I'm sure scared people. And looks like it's moving higher again. And then natural gas. I've talked about natural gas in the past, and it's a little bit behind coal. Peabody, BTU is coal. This is natural gas. It has the same sort of bottoming, and it is just breaking out. Now, UNG is a tracking symbol. So it's not actually natural gas. But from an ETF point of view, using this natural gas fund, really the upside that UNG wants to get to is really up here, which ish is about 100% higher. So natural gas, and now we're actually looking at the actual commodity here. This is actual natural gas here, the index of it, and you can see it's already broken that high because now we're looking at actual natural gas and not a tracking symbol of it. But if we zoom out, let's just zoom out and just look at natural gas for a second. You can see that it's got a lot of room to run, right? So now we're looking at natural gas back to 2003. And this stuff could easily pop up here, especially if the meme stock followers like it. That's 130% higher. UNG will go crazy. If people really jump on this thing could be up there literally in weeks. So there is a lot of attention being brought into commodities. If you want to do the stocks, you can do XLE. You can go find a leveraged energy. You could even do oil, gas, and exploration, which is typically the leveraged way. It's an unleveraged fund, but it moves a lot faster than XLE. This is XOP, oil and gas, exploration and production. And it looks kind of ugly, but just notice here, it's above that, the area where you want to be above it. So energy was dead. First of all, it was really hot at the beginning of the year. Then it went dead literally for months, and now it has woken up. Commodities were going sideways for a while. They have woken up. Uranium has been dead, I think, since 2012, the Fukushima. Remember that thing in Japan? It has absolutely woken up. As far as like if you buy, do you just go with Australia? And the answer is no, that's not the best way. Or do you go with, I'm just putting in tracking symbols for Australia and Canada. Do you get those? No, you don't go with the countries. You actually go either with the individual commodity like natural gas, or you find the high flying stocks like in uranium. That URA is a tracking symbol for stocks that are in the uranium sector. So this is what inflation is doing, and this is how you position your portfolio so you are not hurt in your portfolio by what the Fed is experimentingly doing. It's amazing that they're printing, let's see how much they're printing. 240, 340, $1.34 trillion they will have printed from December to December. That's a lot of money. It's flowing all over. It's going into real estate. It's going into stocks. It's going into commodities now. Where it's not going from a price point of view is bonds. So bonds aren't going away, but money, though, is flowing into it. The price is not going up. You gotta follow price. So to wrap it up, let's just start with that last one. You gotta follow price. The Fed's going to do what they're going to do. Commodities via DBC or PDBC is moving higher. You can go with an individual commodity like UNG, which would be the way. If you want to get into companies, URA is uranium companies. XOP is oil exploration and production. So these are symbols that are really moving and quite likely will do great for the last 3 months of the year. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Leave a comment. Tell me what's going on. I can't make you do this. Hit the like button. It makes a difference. But tell me where I'm right. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me what I'm missing. Let me know. There was a comment that I'm going to answer now about China. And the gentleman asked if I was pro-China or I said China was breaking out. I actually don't remember what I say in my past videos. I do a lot of videos, both public and private. Here is the Chinese stock market, the Shanghai Stock Exchange. And I know I did talk about, let me actually zoom in here and then we can wrap things up here. I know I did talk about China, all the crap they're doing, which is so amazing what is going on. They've banned cryptocurrency. Well, first they banned the mining. Now they banned the trading. They're coming out with their own cryptocurrency. They are buying up Africa. They are buying up Central Asia. And guess what currency they're going to use? They're going to use the cryptocurrency called the Chinese yuan. The yuan will be one of the 3 biggest cryptocurrencies on the planet. There'll be a US dollar, and then there'll be some sort of Bitcoin, Ethereum, non-government backed crypto. So look, China still has this double top right there. There's a double top. And I may have said if it breaks out, But man, China is crushing a lot of people's hopes right now. They are making profitable companies now, nonprofits, whatever they do with Evergrande, probably going to let it fail. 300 billion. They've already missed their payments, so they're already in default, and the market's not crashing. So Evergrande has already missed their payment, and you can see it when you look in the price chart that it's not affecting it too much. Yes, it did not break higher, and it's falling now, but I gotta believe the Chinese Communist Party is looking at this price chart and saying, how much more can we do? It looks like they can do a lot more. And they have not crushed Bitcoin yet. They are coming down hard on Bitcoin, but it is not dead. The fact that they banned crypto mining in China and now they've banned any trading, and the fact that Bitcoin has not crashed tells you how strong this, I'm going to call it a currency. It is the new gold. And you can also tell no one's interested in gold anymore because it isn't doing anything and hasn't done anything since August. So I got a couple more things in there before I hit off and let go of this week's video. Threw a couple things in there. Let me know where I'm right. Let me know where I'm wrong. You know, if I said something different in the past, I change my mind when the price charts change. I hope you do the same. But let me know what's on your mind. Thank you. And if you like this video, you will love our free clarity and control video. You can find it down below. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you being in my world, and I will see you on the next video.